Oh, his record. Well, look, DRS is one of those things that I view as they're there to use. If you think you got a chance of one going your way, why not use it? No one's perfected how to use DRS. If you think it's a chance of being out, then you're going to review it. Um, I've got some right, I've got some wrong. I ain't going to lose sleep over if a bowler tells me that it's out and it's not, because that's what they're there for. And Babar Azam plays for Pakistan, not our problem.
Okay, I'll finish with Matt and you gentlemen with the captain. Go ahead, Matt, please.
You obviously got the team, and yourself and Matty are coming into it. First of all, yourself, you're back after a layoff. How do you feel?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to getting back out on the field. Worked really hard. At the back end of my rehab period back at home, and then obviously throughout the last test match as well. Put myself, for a fitness test pretty much over the last couple of days, and came through that really well. So, looking forward to it. And Potsy, myself and Potsy coming in for Wokesy and Gus. I think you look at the last 7 test matches has been pretty grueling, in particular that last one. So, yeah, I think you look at the seamers that we've got out here with us. I think it's a good time for them to have a rest, refresh the body, because they've had a really, really big summer, put in some really good performances, bowled a lot of overs, and obviously last week was pretty grueling as well. So, a good time for them to get their feet up and
Durham pace attack, that's nice for you.
Yeah, I'm not slowly eking all the Durham team in. Don't worry about that. But look, no, I think it's going to be a proud moment for the club. Obviously, looking at things like that. Durham have got a great record of producing England cricketers, in particular fast bowlers, and obviously we've seen Potsy in an England shirt for quite a while now. He's done really, really well, and Carsey with the white ball throughout the summer, and I thought he was amazing last week in his debut. I'm pretty sure he showed as to why we picked him, why we selected him, and the role that we see him playing long term in an England shirt when he gets the chance. So it'd be great to see him going again, and then hopefully he can put in a similar performance, if not better, this week.
And have you had final word on the pitch? Will you be playing on the same pitch as last week?
Have I heard final word?
Yeah, is it confirmation that you're playing on the same pitch?
I'd hope so. That after what that's what we know.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Well,
it's not very typical, is it?
No, I'll be surprised if we end up turning up tomorrow and we're playing on a different one. But first time ever that I've played on a used wicket in a Test series back to back. But I think we could sit here and say, "Oh, it's definitely going to do this. It's definitely going to do that." But who knows? But I think you'd like to think that it's going to offer the spin a little bit more than it did last week. Obviously, with it being used and hot, slightly drier square, so you might see a little bit more reverse swing to bring the seamers into the game. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in that first session and first day, and then go from there.
Starting a Test match on a day 6 pitch, it could do. I guess you don't know exactly what it's going to do at all.
Hopefully, win the toss and bat.
Ben, Jimmy said yesterday he thought you were fitter than ever. Is that how you feel? And has the break done you some good in that respect?
Yeah, look, I've worked really hard on other, parts of my fit whilst I've been injured. I've obviously had a fair few injuries. It's part of what we do, part of how I play cricket and my role. Injuries are frustrating, but I like to sort of keep myself in a positive mindset. And the thing that allows me to do that is telling myself, when you get back onto the field, make sure that you're fitter than you were when you got injured. So not only do I have a goal of obviously, getting my body back into a state of being able to play, but obviously having another sort of individual goal of making sure that I'm physically fitter than when I got injured keeps me on track and keeps me positive throughout injuries, which is obviously frustrating. Look, it's obviously got to be sensible. I'm obviously playing as a third seamer. To be honest, playing on a used wicket sort of made the decision a little bit easier. But as I say, you'd like to think that this is going to spin a bit more. We've got 2 workhorses in the team, Carsey and Potsy, who just keep going and going and going. But yeah, I'm available to bowl, and obviously, when I sense the time is right for me to maybe come on and make an impact, there won't be any doubts in my mind that I can come on and bowl. But yeah, you like to think that it might be a bit more in favour of the spin. Hence, playing on a used pitch made the decision a little bit easy.
Issue where you might have played just as a batter, or did you think you had to be able to bowl to come back in?
Yeah, those are sort of thoughts that I went at home through my head at home before we came out, and I'd written 3 teams down with me not bowling, and it just didn't work.
England always finds a way to get the result in test match. Especially you did that bold declaration in Rawalpindi, but this time you deeply Ollie get the result on a pitch where 1300 runs were scored on the first 3 days. So how it feels when you are sitting in the dressing room and your younger side did that?
So we always try and play to make sure that there is a result. Sometimes there'll be moments in games where you might have to do something a little bit out of the ordinary to try and keep the game alive, so that both teams have got a chance of winning. That's how, with me being captain and Baz being coach, that's how we both view cricket, is that there should be a winner. You look at that first test on our last tour, we risked losing that game in the pursuit of winning. And that's how we'll always play our cricket. Whereas last week, that wasn't really the case. We knew what we had to do. We had the bat in our hand at the end of day 3. There was a great game, and Brook and Root was not out. There was still a lot of work to be done. We knew that we had to keep batting and get a lot of runs past their score to put way more pressure on Pakistan when it came to their turn with the bat. If we'd only managed to get 100, 150 run lead, it makes it a lot easier for Pakistan to go out there and play in a certain way, because it gives them a chance to declare and then put the pressure and responsibility back onto us. But we knew that if we went big like we did, there was only going to be one winner. Could have been a draw, but you look at how many overs that we left ourselves in the game to bowl them out. We knew that we'd left more than enough, and if Pakistan were able to block out 130 overs or play 130 overs, then fair enough. But I thought the way in which we bowled in the first innings actually set the game up for us. It was incredibly flat, and we found ways of taking 10 wickets on a wicket that was, the easiest time to bat. There was no spin, no seam, no swing. We had to go through so many different plans, which I thought Pope did a great job at. I think you can look at it as if there was a Pakistan collapse, but I just thought we were outstanding with the ball in the first innings, which really set the game up for us to be able to do what we did with the ball in the fourth innings.